Hey guys, I am John Carrick, and today we are doing secret number 4. We're looking at the story, and we're looking at the story in comics because I love comics, and I love comics as a vehicle for delivering story. It's a lot less expensive than shooting a television show, and you can get just as good a story or better. Now, I love Ryan Bodenheim's artwork. There was something I caught yesterday that I didn't call him out on because they probably could have got him into more trouble than good. But this is beautiful. There was an arrangement. If you guys go back and check out yesterday's episode and you look at the cubicles and you look at how they're arranged, there is a what's called the Hagenkreuz. It's a symbol that I just absolutely love. Just probably got me into trouble. Anyhow, this is 2 old spies sitting on a bench in a park in full view of a parking structure. So they could easily be spied on. But look at how, I am suspecting that these are high resolution pencils. I love Ryan Bodenheim's artwork. I really do. Sorry for bumping the table here. Again, still the simple color palette, white and red, and sort of an orangish red. I really like this guy. I don't remember his name right now. I think it's James. And I believe he works with Grant. He is Grant's partner. Because one of these guys is Grant's boss. I like the reflections. They're just, so what's going on is there is a operation in London where one of their agents got killed. Jason, I think his name was Jason. He was the one who was set up with the girl in the last one. And he got killed, and their operation was exposed. And of course they are panicking. This guy walks up and says, "We've got to go. We've got eyes on us." So someone is watching, and he spotted him. And it's time to go. And then we get this 4-page title sequence. I guess if you're Image, you can be indulgent like this. Eyes wide open. So this is the one where we find out what's what. This episode, we find out what's what. This is Grant, the John Hamm looking character. This is his brother Marcus. Marcus is telling him that he was made out on the stakeout where he was watching Grant's boss. So that guy who saw him is Grant's co-worker, I believe. And he's on his way home. This is a bad angle of Grant, but it's still Grant. He's asking him, blah, blah, blah. You know, what happened? I'll tell you. He got photos. He's telling him he got photos, but he wasn't close enough to get the microphone, to get the laser mic to work, so he doesn't know what they said. And now look at how good this art is. This is a simple artwork of a guy coming home. This is awesome. This is great. This guy's talents are being wasted on a mediocre story. He's got someone in his apartment. Presumably, this is the same guy right here. Same suit. He looks a little bigger. He looks a little older. He certainly looks a little tougher. The suit is very wrinkled, but it's dynamic. Dynamic Wrinkles in Cloth and Drapery by Bern Hogarth. They're going to have a conversation. And meanwhile, we cut to Grant. So this guy's home got broken into in like the first or second issue. He's got a bruise on his face. He's been threatened, and this is how they got into the company and everything. This is part of what Grant's regular job is. This guy has something going on. A bunch of money's been stolen. They're questioning him about it. And they've used the hacker that they hired in the last issue to breach this guy's security. This guy is involved with Grant's boss and all the undercover deals. They're using a code word for all this, Kodiak. So the Kodiak operation is what this is all sort of surrounding. And no one knows what it is. No one yet. None of these guys. Grant, this girl who works for him. She's really drawn pretty well. If you guys, this is very much like the Ray Donovan series. There's a couple other things I want to compare it to, but not until we get to the end. So Marcus and James are pointing these guns at each other. James knows him that he's Grant's brother. Keep your nose out of my business. If I see you again, I'll shoot you. The next time, you won't see me coming, etc., etc. So they're threatening each other. I only put it together that that's Grant's coworker after I finished this issue. I was like, how does he know him? Oh, because Grant's his brother. He just got out of prison. He knows he just got out of prison. He asked him if he lost a step while he was in. So Grant is here in the parking lot at his security building, right? These guys are like CIA contractors, like a whole, not CIA agents directly, but like their whole company contracts for the CIA. I don't think they are directly employed by the CIA. Grant and this girl, whatever her name is, Alyssa, I think. So they get interrupted by his boss, who asks him if he's got an update for him. And he says, not yet, just a couple more things to check. And he says, couple more things to check will be the death of you, essentially, or something like that. I don't remember exactly what he says. Let me look. Hold on. That's a thing overly curious people do, Grant. Fail to finish for chasing shiny objects. Careful you don't get hurt, son. What was that about? She asks. So they go back up to their offices where this kid is working hard away. The boss doesn't even know Grant's hired this guy, and he doesn't know that Grant is looking into literally the entire CIA's operations, essentially. He says he's found it. It's a nest of snakes. He takes a long time telling them. This guy that they interviewed gave them a word or a code or a key, whatever, that unlocked a lot of it. He says he didn't. The guy that the way it jumps around is a little frustrating, but this guy says he doesn't know who he works for. They're threatening him. They twist his arm a bit, get leverage on him. He says he doesn't know who they work for. He gives them the key to unlock all the records. So now they're looking at it and they have discovered, see, this is, the how doesn't matter to the audience. What the audience wants to know is what's the secret. So what's the secret? What have they uncovered? Is this about all the institutions that they've destroyed? Is this about all the puppet governments that they've created? Is this about dealing with the reptilians at the middle of the earth? What this is about a series of fake operations that all the CIA director, the director of MI6, the director of FSB, all the spy leaders around the globe got together and said, okay, we need to line our pockets. How are we going to do it? We'll create fake operations and send our agents out and create budgets for fake operations that never take place, and you guys will confirm them. Your spy agencies will confirm that there was a shootout at such and such. And our spy agencies will confirm that there was a shootout at such and such. And this way, we will line our pockets with this massive vaulted budget. And so essentially there would be one for all the agencies. Every agency involved would have one. And the CIA's is called Kodiak. And these guys have just discovered it. And so this is essentially the plot to Street Kings. Forrest Whitaker is killed the guys on the team to put money in the wall. Okay, so this is the equivalent of Jim Lee is just like shorting DC sales numbers or exaggerating DC's, like he would be shorting sales numbers to embezzle money from the company. Not to write great comics, not to do something fantastic. Here's the other thing. As a reader, money is what we're chasing. Now these guys, that's all this is too. Like this could have been anything. This could have been all the information about all the assassinations. This could have been this reveal could have, up to this point that they said it's just money in the wall, like Street Kings, It could have been literally anything. All right, let's do the next bit. Hey guys, so secret number 4. It's all about the money. I guess it is. It's kind of a shame that that's all this is about. It could have been about more. It could have been about all kinds of stuff. You could have had a real secret. This is just a clever way. Did you guys see The Accountant with Ben Affleck and the girl from, I think she's in, I don't know what, she's in all kinds of movies. She's in The Air Up There with George Clooney. And in The Accountant, J.K. Simmons is in The Accountant and The Air Up There too. Anna Kendrick, I think is her name. And in The Accountant, Ben Affleck plays an autistic assassin kind of guy, but he's also an accountant. And he comes across a company, Living Robotics, that is siphoning money out of their company. And I believe they were doing it to mine asteroids. I think that was what he was going to use the money for. He was using it to fund a startup for asteroid mining. And that was the future. That's the same kind of, that's better than stealing the money just to put it in the floor or to put it in the wall. I mean, okay, it's a lot of money, but I don't care enough about the characters if they get it. Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense? I don't care if these characters get the money. They haven't done anything to really, they're not especially awesome guys. They're just people. So when you write a treasure story, you've got to write a treasure story for, if a treasure story is a morality tale, right? If everyone's the equivalent of an assassin, who cares who gets the money, The Way of the Gun, the money was almost secondary in Way of the Gun with Ryan Felipe and Benicio del Toro. Written and I think directed by Christopher McQuarrie. Might have been directed by Bryan Singer. I'm not sure. But Christopher McQuarrie wrote it. And he went on to do all the, I think he directed it too. That was a good movie. Anyhow, today's conflicted card is 10 of diamonds. And this is really simple. How do you tell people to get ready for the end of the world without making yourself a target? There's a couple ways. One, you can realize that if you have the money to get ready for the end of the world, you should only tell people at your same bracket, right? I don't have any money. So for me, getting ready for the end of the world is a 30-day supply of canned goods and lots of bullets. I also happen to be in a metropolitan area. I know places to escape to. I mean, I suppose we could talk about that. I think that one of the best places to go would be Catalina Island, but it depends on the kind of disaster, Big Bear, Santa Barbara, but they're all going to have the exact same problems as Los Angeles. Traveling is the bigger problem. You're better off staying put, God hope, let's pray that none of those things go wrong. There's plenty going wrong all the time for everyone. Life is an ongoing disaster. But there's a lot of good in it too. I got another chapter done last night. My friend Jay is killing it on the art. He's doing like 8 to 10 covers. Line work, he's laying them out. But 3 characters, it's just, he's so fast. And I don't have money to dial him back and focus. And here's the hard part. As a writer, I've got to be the guy to come up with something way better than the King's Tomb, which is this is what they call it. It's a vault for a king. And I'm doing my part. Legacy of the Mad Scientist, Legend of Ashley Fox. Got a comic book out there too. The novels are really what I'm proud of. They're really good. But this is also awesome. Ashley Fox Ninja Babysitter. There are a whole bunch of links in the description. Alpha Channel is about being entertainment, and it's an entertainment studio for games and comics and novels. And video games too. So we're getting there. I've got a pretty good day lined up for me. So I hope you guys are having fun. Talk tomorrow. Bye.